From that, policy think tank Imani Africa is calling for sweeping reforms in Ghana's cocoa sector, including proposals to deregulate the industry to allow farmers to sell directly to buyers. All the call comes amid mounting frustration over delayed payments, increasing pressure on cocoa board to resolve the challenges. There's more in this report.
At Ghana's current cocoa marketing system, farmers are not permitted to sell directly to international buyers. All cocoa purchases are regulated by the state-run Ghana Cocoa Board and conducted through licensed buying companies. But recurring payment delays have triggered concern among farmers, many of whom say their livelihoods are under strain. On CTFM and ChannelOne TV's current affairs program, The Big Issue, Imani Africa President Franklin Kujo argued that deregulation could make the sector more competitive and responsive to farmer needs.
I mean, if I were in that position and I was given the leeway politically, I'll downsize Cocoa Board immediately and then restructure most of the interventions they make towards farmers. Sometimes farmers know what they want better. I mean, look, I'm of the libertarian trade. I really I really want people to own their resources. Yes, government should help them sell their cocoa outside, but I had deregulation not long ago on this same subject, right? I think Neil Ante mentioned deregulation, right? Yeah. But we need to start deregulating, and deregulation here would mean that look, give the power back to farmers. Farmers must form cooperatives and decide to sell to whoever they want to sell. And maybe the country then decides that, look, we'll also take a little premium and make sure that we downsize the whole cocoa board structure.
National Coordinator for the District Road Improvement Program, Neil Ante said past administrations failed to implement bold reforms at Cocoa Board, adding that some of the proposals merit careful consideration.
There are two types of management: proactive management style or the cow dung management method. The cow dung management method is trying to make the surface clean, make things clean because you don't want people dancing from behind to... But then beneath, it's all mess. And that was the sort of management style which was adopted previously. From his analysis.
So window dressing?
Yes, because of things Eric Opoku was saying, Atufosin was saying, so decisions that we had to take in order to salvage the sinking cocoa board at the time, we didn't take. Once you do that, you have not only satisfied the political whims and caprices, you have actually made the country worse off.
Oforikro Member of Parliament, Michael Edu, attributed some of the sector's challenges to politicization, which he said continues to affect effective management.
It became a topical issue in this country that cocoa should be sold on spot, not forward. And because of that, they are caught in that web. And that's why. And apart from that, you know, even at this cocoa board itself, there is a political struggle between the CMC head and the main board, which is the Ranjabi head. The CMC guys feel they are an autonomy on their own, but you are a subsidiary of Cocoa Board. So a CMC director, for many years, anybody who understands Cocoa Board knows that CMC directors are picked from internal people who understand the job are put there. This time around, they bring somebody from outside to head it. The person comes. Ranjabi had already promoted somebody who was internally to head the division. The person comes and then the internal person is sacked, is removed from there. The internal person was one of their best traders.
Meanwhile, Francis Tenor, president of the Mankron Cocoa Cooperative Farmers Association, warned that prolonged payment delays could discourage production.
So most of these license buying companies are supposed to pay their banks that they took credit from to buy the cocoa from the farmers. So when you pay them, quickly the banks will take their money. So when they take their money, which one are they going to use to pay the cocoa farmers on the field? The next production, the next produce that they will send for sale, where is the money that we are going to buy? Looking at what the CEO is telling us.